Okay, for today's conversation, we're first going to start off on why we're surprised and unsurprised women don't kill more people. And what I was just going to say to you was, have you ever seen the movie? I already bet you haven't. Have you seen the movie, oh my God, Gone Girl?
No.
Okay, basically, this woman is unhappy in her marriage, and instead of just like murdering her husband, which she totally could have done, and gotten out of her marriage, and there's something else insidious in the back, and I can't really remember because I haven't seen the movie in a long time. She basically like, oh, he was cheating on her. He was cheating on her with this waitress. And she knew about it, and she was like, honestly, fuck this loser. He made her move to Missouri. They had previously lived somewhere cool, like California. And she just fucking hated her life. And she made all these sacrifices for him that she didn't want to make. And then he ends up cheating on her, and she's like, literally, fuck this. So instead of, like, divorcing him or killing him, she basically comes up with the most diabolical plan to ruin his life and frame him for her murder.
This is amazing.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. You have to watch that movie. It's amazing. I want to watch it again. Gone Girl's an amazing movie. But that's why women aren't murdering people. They're way too smart.
Yeah.
And you know what's worse than murdering him is framing him for your murder.
So true.
Because he goes to prison forever.
That's amazing.
And guess what he can't do in prison? Cheat on her.
That's amazing.
And if he was dead, he'd just be dead.
Yeah.
Like he'd be.
Yeah. I do agree.
They're too smart.
I do agree. I've always said, like, if there was somebody worth murdering, they would need tortured first. Just killing somebody, too easy. Oh, there's a bird.
Cardinal. He loves your plants. He's probably going to eat your tomatoes or something.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I haven't seen a cardinal in Florida.
He can have them. Eat that cilantro.
There's cardinals all over Missouri.
Amazing.
It's a male, too. He's red. Maybe it's a sign.
Maybe it is a sign. We should look that up.
Yeah.
Okay, back to this. So, yeah, what was I saying? Oh,
You would torture them.
I would definitely torture somebody. So, because yesterday when we were talking about like the womanly, motherly instinct, it's like if anyone did anyone to my family, my friends, my children, it would be game over. I would truly want to
Murder them.
give you the absolute most painful end of your life. Yes. Or I want you in prison forever, but before you went to prison, I would want you severely disabled because of my doing.
I love that. I think I like psychological torture better because I think it's more painful. I think people can tolerate physical pain better than psychological pain. So I would go Gone Girl route, and I would try and ruin their life.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. I'm not surprised.
Because I would rather him be like homeless on the street. And I'm assuming it's a man who's going to be doing the diabolical thing. It's probably not a woman. Or, yeah, in a really tough situation than physically hurting them. I think sometimes physically hurting people is an easy way. I would rather go something much more diabolical than that.
Yeah, I get that. I think the physical aspect and give me enjoyment for me to see.
But I also don't really believe in revenge. I think everybody receives their own karma. Like, God handles everything. Like, I don't need to. But if it came down to it, if we're talking snap situation, I see someone pull out a gun and shoot my friend in front of me. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to plot something for their psychological torture. I'm just going to kill them.
Yeah. Actually, okay, so going off of that, the other day, I was saying how I think women should carry guns. I think all women should carry guns. I carry a gun. My sister-in-law is my mom. Our entire family carries guns. And as a woman, like driving, going to gas stations.
Horrifying.
Anything. Malls. Yes, your story.
So terrifying.
Truly. Nobody ever wants to use it. But I think there are more good people in the world than bad people. So if everyone carried a gun, or a lot of good people carried guns, bad things would be less. It wouldn't last as long.
They wouldn't be able to handle it. Yeah, I don't think everybody needs to be carrying an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
So we don't need to be like spray shooting people. That's fucked up. But I think, yeah, if you can behave yourself, in a normal day-to-day situation, not just whip your gun out for people.
Yeah.
Because it's either that or nobody has guns.
Exactly.
If we live somewhere like Australia where literally nobody has guns, then it's amazing. I think nobody should have a gun.
I just wonder in that situation, I think bad people are going to do bad things regardless. So they're either going to run people over with their car, or they're going to stab people, or they're going to blow people up. So
yeah, I guess that's true.
It's like, or they're going to get guns illegally.
Yeah.
So I would rather go
like you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we don't need to talk about that. But if you think about like Texas, a lot of people in Texas have guns.
Yeah.
And anytime there's like a shooting, it's not really ever a mass shooting because so many people have guns. Within seconds, the shooter's killed. There's been so many stories of people walking into churches in Texas trying to like do a mass shooting, and they were shot in like literally seconds.
Yeah.
But just like from the woman aspect, it's just like you never want to have to use it, but especially when driving.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
There's crazy people.
Yeah, it is scary. It's very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I the other day I was like, I'm gonna have to come to terms with killing this man.
Yeah.
And running him over with my car.
Yeah.
But which one's worse, running him over with your car or shooting him? I think both are probably not going to be fun.
I would rather run him over with my car, probably. But then you might damage your car.
I know. That's what I was thinking, the bottom of my car.
But if you had to
or
shoot
my windshield.
him, yeah, you would have to shoot through.
But I think if you shoot someone, also, like, legally, that could be a little bit trickier of a situation.
It is.
Because you're not going to obviously just, the police aren't just going to be like, no worries. Like, there's going to be some sort of an investigation.
True,
and I think if you hit them with your car, it's like, they were trying to attack me. It's like, what am I going to do? Sit you're idle, or I'm going to hit them with my car? That seems more believable.
Exactly.
Not that I'm obviously going out shooting anybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
yeah. It's just in case. I think I maybe told you this once. There was one time I was at the mall with my niece, my sister-in-law, and my mom. And we were in a store, and I heard a super loud, what sounded like a gunshot. And I had my gun with me. So I, do what any normal person would do. I go for my gun. It's at the bottom. What's so funny? It's at the bottom of Ava's stroller.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It was in my gun purse. I have a gun purse.
What is the difference between a purse and a gun purse?
It has an actual like slit where your gun is like strapped in. So all you have to do is just like pull it out.
But what if your niece pulled it out?
There was no way. Like, it also has a lock and key, but it wasn't locked. But she was a baby at this time.
Oh, like an infant.
Yeah. So I go for my gun purse, and I am seconds away from pushing my sister-in-law and my mom down in this jewelry store. This guy goes running by, and I'm asking them, I'm like, did you hear that? They're like, what are you talking about? Did you not hear the gunshot? And they were so like delusional, but the cops go running after this guy.
So it was a gunshot?
It wasn't a gunshot. He knocked a sign down. Apparently he stole something, knocked a sign down when he was running. But yeah, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
That's hilarious.
But thank God. I actually have a friend that, she was at the mall and there was an actual active shooter once. She said they were hiding in the dressing room of a store. That's terrifying to me.
Yeah, that's
I
horrible.
can't even imagine. That I've had nightmares of that.
Okay, same, but something weird I've always thought, this is going to sound really weird, I've always wanted to get hit by a car, or, like, I don't want to get shot, but I really wonder what it would feel like. Okay, this is also crazy, but I'm like, how iconic would it be to get hit by a car, shot, even stabbed, and then overcome that? Mm-hmm. And then, like, go through, like, the pain and the recovery, and just, like, all of it is just sounds so, like,
yeah.
Just, like, do you know what I'm saying?
Especially as a woman.
It's, like, that's just so cool.
Yeah.
That people do that. I don't want to die. But if, like, that boxer, Christy, I'm forgetting her last name, but it just came out. Did you see it? I feel like you don't watch anything.
I don't.
There's this documentary about this boxer who was a lesbian, and then she married this guy who was very abusive, and she stayed with him way too long, and, he basically trapped her in the relationship, and she, one day left him and then came back to get her stuff, and he shot or stabbed her like 15 times. I think he stabbed her and shot her.
Oh my.
And she survived. And then they made this whole documentary about her. She speaks and all the things. And I'm like, that is so cool. I mean, not cool that she was abused and
Right. stayed
in the relationship. Obviously, I don't know or really remember the whole situation, but that was iconic of her.
Yeah, that reminds me of a story I just was reading, and it was a girl who, I think in her 20s, these two guys like took her out to the woods and like raped her, and then they stabbed her. They slit her throat, I think 17 times, and like cut her open, but she held her head on. In the thing it said she held her head on, and she pushed her organs back into her body, crawled into the road.
It makes me feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Crawled into the road, and she
sick.
survived.
Okay, that's crazy. I'm not talking about that. Don't want that. I'm talking like a little gunshot to the arm, like a little slice,
A little
the leg.
graze.
A graze, and then I'm like this, and then I'm wearing a swimsuit, and I have a scar, and I'm like, that's my gunshot wound.
Okay, fair. Not
But
an actual.
that's fucked up.
I know.
And you'll never emotionally, intellectually, all things, probably even physically recover from that fully.
Yeah.
That's.
I can't even imagine. But that just shows like
Grit.
God's hand
Yeah.
was on her, and to be in that state of mind and hold.
No,
your head
I
on.
can't. That's gonna make me sick. I'm gonna throw up. And I already feel nauseous because I went to Sephora and tried on a bunch of perfumes, and I smell like an
Endocrine
actual
disruptors.
Well, I only tried the clean ones,
Oh.
but I wanted one to take with me to New York, a little
Yeah.
mini one, and then
Yeah.
I ended up not finding one. So whatever. So that actually makes me sick. That's disgusting.
Yeah, but if it was going back to like men and women, if it was a man, probably wouldn't have survived.
Probably not. Probably not. And at Yoga Joint today, there were actually a couple, like 5 or 6 men in the full class, which is very atypical. Usually there's 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 was like a lot. I think there were like probably 6. And I was watching them, obviously, because I like to watch them struggle. And the way they can't do anything. And some of them were football players, and I know this because they were wearing football t-shirts and stuff, and it was like a group of guys that must have all been on the same team or something. And I was like, this is crazy that you can't do some squats in a heated room. But you can, I don't get it.
Yeah, but you can go outside in like 90
hit
degree
each other.
weather, like 2-a-days. Yeah.
Yeah, and literally ram your head into people.
One of our clients, he's only been in a couple times, I think, and he's in his 50s, maybe 60s. He goes to Yoga Joint, and we were talking, and he said he was just laughing about how he gets like slightly embarrassed because he said there's a bunch of young little girls like you just flying around doing everything.
Yeah.
And he's
Not stopping one time.
Yeah. And it's so, I mean,
Women are just stronger in certain situations.
yeah, men are capable of different type of strength, and but women, I think we do handle the heat specifically better.
Yeah. I think we just have a higher pain threshold in like enduring pain.
Yeah.
Not like acute pain. I
Yeah.
think men probably do handle acute pain better, but enduring uncomfortable situations for an extended period of time, I think women are almost always better.
Yeah, I agree because I mean we give birth.
Yeah.
And we have like periods.
Yeah.
And all of that type of
A
stuff.
lot of
So
our
it's
life
like-
is just enduring uncomfortable things.
Yeah, we train for it. But we also know, I think a lot of things we know. First of all, you can breathe through a lot of things. You can mentally like change. If you change your mindset, you can get through a lot of things. But also, everything has like an ending.
Yeah. Yeah, and specifically with those types of workouts, I'm not like going so fast and
Yeah.
I'm like slowly moving through it. Like I'm not
So
going
true.
fast.
Men,
ever.
yeah, I think
And doing it
sometimes
hard and fast.
Men are crazy
It's
and
a
they
flow.
just have something to prove, or they just want to
They
do
act
it.
like
It's like you have to
psychos.
pace your body. You have to know your
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'd rather go slow and do things correctly.
They just, like, yeah.
have the endurance.
Yeah, they just, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're kind of weird. I had something off topic that I wanted to talk about too.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in Nordstrom, and I was getting an itch, or not a literal itch, but like a metaphorical itch
Yeah.
earlier, where I was like, oh, I kind of want to, like, I want to move to Nashville. I'm gonna move to Texas. Like, I'm getting like the Western, Southern, just like, I don't know. I'm like feeling called to that.
You need some,
There's something
good
yeah.
people.
It's like, I just want to be like on a dirt road, in the trees, in a pickup truck with like a manly man with my dog. And I just want to be listening to country music. I want to be eating macaroni and cheese and ribs. I just want all. I'm craving it.
Do you think it's because the holidays, like 4th of July, Memorial Day,
Could totally
summer,
be that.
That gets me because it reminds
Totally.
me of summers back home. All of that.
Yeah.
The country music, popsicles, watermelon.
And where I grew up is the same too.
Yeah.
Like in the like where I live, it was in a city, but still very Midwest. Like we would go to the farm, we'd go to the Lake the Ozarks, we do fireworks at the farm, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just am like craving it, like I want to drink it.
Yeah.
You know when you
Yes.
crave the ocean, you like want to drink the ocean, but like not obviously. It's like you want it consumed in your whole body.
Yeah,
You want to immerse.
I'm like, I get homesick for things like that.
Yeah,
like
it's like a different way
bad.
of explaining it. It's like
painful.
you need your body in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling that, and I'm like, so the thing about me is if I get that feeling, I move. I just go. I quit everything, I pack it up, and I go. I'm like, I think I need to be past that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you did a couple months ago. You wanted to move to Texas,
And now it's
then you're
coming
like-
back. It's coming back.
But you settled back, and you're like, okay, love Florida. Can't imagine leaving. Then yeah, I get it. I get that it.
But what I'm like, what do I need to do to satiate myself? I'm like, I'm insatiable.
I'm like that too. I love change.
Love
So
change. And
I
the
want
second I
something
get
new.
comfortable, I'm like, because right now my life is like really great
Steady,
and so
yeah.
comfortable. I'm like, let's blow everything up.
Yeah.
Is that a disease? Like, do I need to seek therapy for that? I don't know.
No, I feel like that's good. It's good though. I feel like it's just, you know, that there's more for your life. There's like bigger things coming, and maybe you're just on the verge of that, but you're like itching for it like right now.
Yes, and right before I moved to Florida, I was getting that itch, and I'm hoping this time it can be not a move, but maybe an expansion. I think maybe I'm meant to have multiple places that I live.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm supposed to live in multiple places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just need something. I need something new, and it's not work related. It's not. I don't need a new job. I'm fine with my job for now. I'm not craving new work. It's like new experience or something.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we need to create our vision board.
Yeah.
But
yeah, totally.
I feel like I constantly feel in a transitional season of life.
Always. Yeah.
And I'm always thinking life is always getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I feel like in 6 months from now, life is going to be so much even better. Like,
And
life
just
is already
completely
great.
different.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, we're going to have a boat.
Yeah.
We're
right,
going to
the boat.
have financial freedom,
Yeah.
time freedom.
Yeah. Time freedom, I want way more than financial freedom.
I feel like they kind of go hand in hand.
Right. You can't have time freedom without financial freedom.
Yeah. So, and who knows how that's going to happen? I'm not to figure that out.
No, I don't care. Don't care.
But it's going to happen.
Yeah, and God puts, desires in your heart for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're always for some sort of some sort of a reason, and then they'll come.
Yeah.
But I just am like, I'm craving it so bad. I need to satiate myself. I think actually this trip will help, like going back to Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get like a little bit of that, and then going to New York, like I'll get a little bit of something different, and then maybe coming back I'll feel.
I think such a good thing to have is things planned ahead.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, in a month I have this. In 2 months I have this. Like, and then Italy and all of the things.
Yeah, that'll be so fun because it'll be something so different.
Exactly.
I need my brain to just get scrambled up a little bit. Like a new situation.
I mean, honestly, I was listening to. Do you remember that guy that we met when we went to the Miami?
I knew. When you said that guy we met, I knew immediately who you were talking about.
Are you talking about that? Like,
yes.
No, yes.
Yes.
Okay, the speaker.
Yes. I knew exactly who you were. That's so weird. Before you said it, I was like, nope. I know exactly who she's talking about.
Telepathy. So I just saw one of his like videos on Instagram, and he was talking about the industry of speaking is a $2 trillion industry. Can you imagine?
We're gonna have $1 trillion. I don't even know how much that is. Is that 100 billion? I think it's 100 billion.
Yeah. But can you imagine? That's our job. That's our future. We travel.
No, I'm
we have
already
time
there.
freedom.
I'm already there.
Thank you, Jesus, for that. We are.
Amen.
We are speakers. We travel.
Yeah.
And we can just live our normal life and do all these amazing things and like talk to people about it.
No, I agree. Okay, can I say something like you're gonna hate this?
Oh gosh. Yeah. Am I gonna hate it?
Yeah, you're gonna hate it. Okay, so when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend and then right before I moved into my new apartment, I met with my psychic. Love her.
Oh,
She's
okay.
amazing.
Okay.
Here's the thing about psychics is it's the same thing as sort of it's just what life is, right? Like there are a million paths. There's all different timelines that are running simultaneously at once. You could make any decision. Mm-hmm. You have free will. Mm-hmm. You can change things. Are there paths you could go down? Yes. And the psychics can see those paths. But the paths can change literally all the time. Mm-hmm. She sort of told me that I was going to go, because this was when I was really into the Pilates thing and I was like actually into it. And now obviously I literally don't care at all. I think I will revisit it in the future of my life, but right now I don't care. Literally not at all. And she was saying that I was going to go into business with my one friend. And we were going to open up a studio in Jupiter together, and we were going to split rent, and we were going to run it together. And that was sort of the path that we were going. I was trending towards. And she told me there's another path. Well, we were talking about men too. I was like, who am I going to marry? And I already knew. I was like, he's going to be more than 10 years older than me. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do business together. I already knew that. You just know yourself and you know your intuition and what things feel like. Did I know when he would come into my life? No, still don't know. Up in there, I don't know. But I do know that that's like the man that I want. I just knew he was going to be a lot older, and I knew that we were going to do business together. And she said it was going to be one of those two timelines. She said you have a choice, like you're in the midst of like either could kind of develop. Mm-hmm. You could go down this business plan, or you could be with a man and you're going to have a relationship, like a romantic relationship and a business relationship, and it's going to be tricky. And she actually said the business relationship with my one friend would not be tricky, which is really interesting because I think both would be tricky. Yeah. Obviously, option number one is not going to happen. But I think it's so funny that was ever like in my ether. Yeah. And now I'm obviously choosing, I think I'm going down path number 2 for sure. I mean, who knows? There's a million of them. It could be, your timelines change all the time. Yeah. But I was just thinking about that and I'm like, it's so interesting how this is where I was going with this. I like forgot for a second, but I'm like, now I see a whole new thing opening. Yeah. And I think I always saw myself doing something like in social media space, like, but it hadn't entered my ether. So I'm like, well maybe there's another different path now that could be something completely different and better than anything that I was like even imagining before. Yeah. That's true. And that would be amazing.
I also feel like, like you said, there's a million different paths, and like you can make the wrong choice and God will still bring you back to whatever you're supposed to.
But then you would be detouring and then
but there's that free will, so it's like you have multiple options. It's just which one do you want to take? And then
but can you imagine if I had locked myself into that relationship in like Jupiter? I just can't even imagine myself teaching Pilates full time at all. Yeah. And I can't believe that was ever an aligned path for me. It does not feel that way at all. It actually makes me feel like very like, ooh.
Now, and it's completely changed.
I do not want to exchange my time for money. That's the opposite of what I want to do. And I think maybe at the time I was sort of maybe had a smaller vision, or maybe it would have developed to something. But I'm like, I don't want to wait to stop exchanging my time for money. Yeah. Any amount of time. Yeah. I'm like, I want to start that today. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Like, thank God that's not what I'm going to be doing.
It's so interesting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I don't ever talk to psychics. Like, I do it. That was the first time I had talked to her in 3 or 4 years. The other time I talked to her was when I moved to Arizona, and she told me I was going to get a dog in like 8 or 9 months, which was true. And she told me some other things. I can't remember any of it. Oh, she told me I was going to break up with my boyfriend at the time, but I already knew that shit.
Yeah.
Well, when I moved to Arizona with him, I was sort of like, I didn't think we were going to get married, but I knew the relationship would run its course, but so that wasn't news to me. But yeah, I don't like to get that information because I don't like to make judgments based off of what people could see for me.
So true.
That's why I actually like to distance myself from like anything like that. But sometimes I feel called to just kind of check in and see what the vibes are. And when I'm in a headspace where I won't take it seriously, because then obviously I didn't.
Yeah.
I just made it on my own.
Yeah, I actually this week was saying how I hate like being put in a box. I hate being basically like, I like when people speak certain things over me. That's amazing, but I'm so careful and like I don't think a lot of people understand. I will be private for certain reasons because I don't need people's opinions and all the things, because it's just, it can be so negative even from afar, people's opinions and their thoughts about things. So I try to keep things like so private. And also I hate when people like, even if something so simple is like spoken over me, or somebody says like, you shouldn't do this, or you should do this, or I see you doing this, it really can like mess you up
So bad. So badly.
And I'm like, I am not somebody to be put in a box. Do not label me. Do not put me in a box. And also like, I always say too, like, I don't want God. Like, God's not put in a box. Like, he can do literally anything in an instant whenever he wants. So I'm like, I just want to live. I mean, lately my like favorite phrase has been like, it's none of my business to figure out how any of this is going to work out.
Your only job is to live in this moment right now and make the best decision right now, this second.
Which, like, the faith aspect, we've talked about this a couple times, because you said like people you know who should have faith have absolutely like no faith because they're so like,
well, they just, not that they should, but they claim to.
Yes, exactly. But I'm like, what's the whole point of, like, I mean, you have to, I feel like I have to have faith in something, and also I don't want to have to like worry about everything. I want to have faith that like there's a higher power that's taking care of everything.
Yeah.
It's exhausting, like, to think about all the future and everything.
One of the people who I know that like struggles with that, it is so interesting. I think so you know how people, when they're really lost or they're really down bad, or maybe they just don't understand having faith because they've never maybe been exposed to it, or you know, it's not everybody has even been around it, so they don't even understand what that even means. And they always say, how do you know God is talking to you? How do you know you're on the right path? How do you know all these things? And I think it's so funny that people ask that, because to me, it is generally so obvious.
Yeah.
Actually, I think this would be really helpful for people.
Yeah.
I'll say some of the reasons I think it's so obvious and whatever, and then you can share yours too.
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime I'm doing something and I get chills, I get a feeling in my stomach that feels like calm, like home. Not butterflies, like I could fall asleep. You know that feeling?
Yeah.
When you're with someone you love, and
Yeah.
you just feel like you could fall asleep.
Yeah.
Because you're so comfortable.
Peace.
You're so
Your
peace.
nervous system
Yeah, you're
is
nervous.
regulated.
Yes.
Yeah.
That God is absolutely talking to you. Anytime you get like signs, like seeing a bird, seeing a butterfly, one day I had 3 ladybugs like land on me. Hasn't happened since. It's all of these things are signs. If you think about something and then you see it. If you were looking for the answer to a question and the person in the mall comes up to you and says, "Oh, I love the color green," and you were deciding between black and green.
Yeah.
That's your sign. It's speaking to you. It comes through. It isn't God. Hello, Grace.
Yeah.
You need to. No. They talk about that in the Bible, but it's
People do get audio, like they do actually
yes,
get
yes,
that,
but
it's so rare.
That's not for everybody.
Yeah.
More people get smaller signs because you're more perceptive to it. If you're perceptive, and I'm not, like, I've actually had a lot of experiences where I can see things, like literal people that aren't there, and I hate it. And I literally will be like, I don't want to see any of that. Like, I'm done. I don't want it. I know I have the capability to do it. I do not want it. And then I stopped because God listens. Like, if you tell them, like, I'm not open to the opportunity, it's a free will thing. Like, I don't want it. So then I like the smaller thing because it's scary. I mean, some people are comfortable with it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I hate it. I do hear things sometimes, but I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I like to see, like, I like things to just happen in life or hear it through other people because it's, like, freaking scary. And I don't want to be too in touch with it because it's, like, it gets too freaky. But it's, if you do something and you feel so anxious and you feel like you can't sleep and you're sick about it and all that stuff, that's exactly what the opposite is. Like, you're doing the wrong thing. You need to make a big girl decision. You need to say the thing you've been wanting to say. You need to do the thing you've been putting off.
Yeah.
It's really quite simple, and people make it way more complicated than it needs to be, including myself all the time. But I can't live a full day feeling that sickness to my stomach or that anxiety, which is part of the reason, like, I think I'm really good at my job, is because I can't live without having the conversations.
Right.
I have to. Like, if something needs to be done, something needs to be said, I will be so sick, I have to do it, or else it's going to eat me alive and I won't be able to function.
Yeah, your body will tell you what's up.
Yeah, and I think all of that is literally exactly how you have faith. I don't think it's anything honestly more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Because you are God, and so then you have all of these things inside of you, and you should just have to listen to them. People are just so disconnected that they don't do that. But if you want to get more connected, you just have to choose to accept the signs, acknowledge them, say thank you for sending me that sign, like, talk to God, talk to your spirit guides, and then they'll give you more. And then you can be on your aligned path and you're going to feel good. Obviously, bad things are going to happen. There's going to be unfortunate situations, inconveniences and stuff, but a lot of it is just, like, direct you. And then, yeah, you don't have to be, like, upset. I mean, I'm still annoyed I have to, like, fire this person this week, but it's not making me sick. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But that's not the same.
Yeah.
It's sort of just like everybody has to do. You didn't want to file your taxes. It's like no one does.
Yeah.
But that's sort of that's just kind of a life thing. But in terms of having faith, all of those things, that's what I pay attention to.
Yeah. Yeah. Ways that, I mean, I pray a lot about things and, like, ask God to speak to me. Also, like, there were so many thoughts during that. I'm trying to remember them all. First of all, I think the healthier you are physically, mentally, the more you're going to hear from God. Your
vessel is pure and clean, so it's an easy to communicate. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that makes sense for machines. If you take care of your car, your air conditioning system, your washer and dryer, like, it's going to function better. It makes perfect sense when people are like, that's bullshit or whatever. It's like, no.
Yeah.
It literally makes perfect sense.
Exactly. Like, what if you're feeding your body trash, that's what you're going to get out of it. So it's like you have to be healthy physically, mentally. It'll give you clarity. And then when I'm praying about things, I also think, like, a lot of times I have to, if I'm thinking that something is from God, it has to line up with, like, scripture and truth. And it's not just, like, me, like, oh, I want this, so that's why I'm, like, thinking it's from God. But a lot like you, it's like your body will tell you, you'll get this, like, feeling. Also, I think for me, God will show it to me multiple times. Something will just keep showing up the same thing. Or, like you said, somebody will come to you and speak something, and it's exactly what you needed. Like, I think,
and you know when it happens.
Exactly.
Because you can feel it in the moment. And you can choose to ignore it if you want to, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, I think I told you the story. So when I was, like, getting plugged in at church, or just starting to go to church, at the church I'm going to now, and there was a morning that I woke up. It was a Sunday morning, so I was getting ready for church, and I was super frustrated. I don't know why. I woke up in a bad mood the night before. I'd gone out with my friends that I was having problems with at the time. I was getting a sign from God, like, you need to back off. You need to separate yourself from this group of friends. They're not good for you. So woke up just so irritable the next day. Irritability is huge too.
Yeah.
If you are irritable, or if you're super, like, my parents would always say, like, oh, we know who you were hanging out with because of
their energy
personality.
also rubs off on you.
100%.
And that's part of it too.
Yeah. So I woke up super irritated. I was, like, out loud talking to God, and I was like, I feel so unseen. Like, am I invisible? Are you hearing me? Why don't you see me? Go to church, and at this time I was very in and out of church, didn't really know people. and a guy who is like seeing people and serves at church comes up to me, and the first words out of his mouth are, "I see you every single week." I'm like, I know this man is from God because he's using the exact words that I was saying I don't feel sane, and he's saying, "I see you every single week."
Yeah.
And starts praying with me, introduces me to a bunch of girls who are now really good friends. I'm in a group with them. We talk like every Sunday when we see each other. Just amazing girls to like do life with and go to run club, go like dancing, stuff like that. And it's just like, that's a sign, because it's like I was frustrated and he used his own words, or the words that I was saying, to come to me and speak to me.
But you had to choose to pay attention to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And be open to receiving.
Yeah, you have to and you have to like put yourself in certain situations, and you just can't like stay stagnant. Like, you have to take a little bit of like leap of faith. But yeah, I think also, you just kind of know.
And that you had a desire to go to church that day is also a sign.
Mm-hmm.
It's all that. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I need to go to this coffee shop at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Don't know why I felt that way. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are all signs. Everything is a sign. If you wake up, if a thought pops into your head that is not relevant to what you were thinking about, also from God.
Mm-hmm.
All of it is signs. Like, if I'm thinking in anxiety thought and like beating something into the ground, that's not from God. That's me. That's an anxiety thought that my brain is creating. But it's like when it pops in. Yeah. Out of nowhere. Yeah. That's always.
It's like an undeniable force.
Yeah, and you couldn't have decided that was going to be what it was. It just entered.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's good. I feel like people always wonder about that. Like, people are always
even
thinking about it and talking about it, and it's just, I think you can make it as simple as you want it to be.
Even myself, like, I sometimes I get frustrated sometimes if I don't feel like I'm hearing from God. But also, I do believe this analogy is true at times. You know, like, when you're driving in your car and your GPS isn't speaking anything to you, it's because you're driving in the right direction. So sometimes I feel like you don't really need, like, God's not speaking to you because maybe everything's fine, or maybe you're not like being intentional. Maybe you're not even like trying to.
But you would feel like crap. You'd probably look like crap. Your relationships would be in the trash. Like, if that was the case, and you would know. You sometimes know.
Yeah, I know people who don't hear from God, or they've like made comments of like, I don't hear from God like that. And I'm like, well, maybe you should pray about it, or maybe you should be more intentional. Also, like, I get visions. Like you said, you see things. I get visions. I have dreams too. Yeah. Like, I'll have crazy dreams that will like speak to me, or I'll like, when I was like trying to get out of my lease back home, I did not know how to. I had a lawyer look at my like lease. I put it into ChatGPT. I had so many people look at how I could get out of my lease. No, I couldn't sublease at all. Wow. They were so crazy, and I was praying about it, and I had a dream one night that I could sign a roommate on to my lease, and then I could just sign myself off.
Same thing as a sublease, it's just a different way.
Exactly. Yeah. And then a girl at work, like literally probably within like a week, she asked me about my apartments and if I liked it. And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I really want to like look at them. My friend and I are planning on potentially moving. I was like, do you want my apartment? Do you want to come look at it? And yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah,
in a dream. Yeah, the same thing happened to me when I was moving from Chicago to Phoenix. I was like, I need to get rid of my apartment. And I literally just had someone say, oh, just post on Facebook to sublease it. And I was like, perfect. Did it. 3 days later, done, moved, gone. Easy. Yeah. Keep all my furniture.
Yeah. It's
just amazing. When you do, I don't know, you just do those things and it sort of aligns. It's kind of how I felt about this. It was like, you said podcast and I was like, should we do it together? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, perfect, done. Yeah. Like, the second I feel it click into place, I don't ask any more questions. Yeah. And that's it. I'm done. We're doing it. Yeah. That's how it feels. Like, all the time, if something pops into my reality and it clicks, done, over. It's over. It's already done. Yeah. It's already done.
I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, but I haven't pulled the trigger. So then
doing it alone would be crazy hard.
I just like randomly decided to order the mic. Like I don't know. It was just like went to Amazon, clicked the thing, or I'm usually not like I'm usually a little bit of a planner, but just ordered the mic, had it sitting there. The only thing I would probably do, I would make like small clips and turn them into like TikToks about like health and wellness.
Yeah.
But
which we should be doing.
Yeah, which we'll get to.
So.
But it's so crazy because like the timing sometimes is, that's the thing too. It's like sometimes life gets so busy and it's like, okay, this is not the season to be doing this.
A million things.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt when I finished my Pilates training. I was like, I spent so much money on this. I felt so passionately about it when I did it, but now that I'm done, I don't care at all, and I have no desire to do it. But I'm like, well, the desire's not in my heart for a reason, so I'm not going to fight it. I'm just going to go where my desires follow, and I wasn't put through this for nothing. And kind of the same thing with my degree. Like, I didn't use my degree until this job. But now that I have it, if I hadn't studied what I studied, I would not be able to understand all the nursing stuff the way that I do. I wouldn't be able to talk to clients the way that I do. I wouldn't be able to understand, like, actually what it is that we do, because so many people that we work with are just like, I don't know, vitamin C, it helps. It's like, no, I actually have the capability because I studied science to understand exactly how it works, and I can read like the case studies that are on our websites and like all the primary articles and actually understand. So, you know, it wasn't for nothing. It just came years later.
Different, yeah.
And it's still just as valuable.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping.
It's so interesting. I was at a Bible study last week, and we were kind of going over trials that God has put us through. Just basically the whole idea, the scripture was about how everything that we have is from above, from God. And it was like even trials in our life, the good, the bad, our body. Like, interestingly enough, I don't think about the fact that we aren't ugly human beings.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
But it's not, yes, we do a lot to keep and maintain and all the things, but it's not like our choice. We were born into a certain family, we look a certain way, all the things. But anyways, it made me go down this rabbit hole because like the one was about like what trials have been honestly from God. And it made me think about years ago when I was diagnosed with endometriosis, went on birth control, ruined my gut, ruined my hormones, made me a psychopath, then was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, went into nursing. Well, I was a nurse at that point, had all these health issues, healed myself, and then I went into health and wellness because I was so passionate about that. And now I'm here because I got into a health and wellness job and then moved because of an opportunity. And I'm like, my entire life, like my adult life, all stemmed from something that I went through when I was younger. And it was not good. It wasn't a good thing, but God made so much good out of it. And I'm like, this is so crazy how it all pieced together. If I wouldn't have been diagnosed with these things, I wouldn't be here.
No.
So praise God. Praise God for sickness, for autoimmune diseases.
No, it's all good. Like the same thing happened to me like when I had knee surgeries and like really messed up my knee playing soccer, and then after I graduated college it didn't get better, and then I got into Pilates and then it totally helped, and then now I have like, you know, it just all transpired kind of the same way to take me to where I am now. I'm like, thank God that happened, because Lord knows I was never going to be a professional soccer player, so it didn't really matter anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like that was never going to be my path. I knew that, obviously. I was not that good. But I'm glad that it took me where I am now, because it's amazing. And then every time, and I was reading something online too that said, every time, you know, you go through something really hard, it's just a quantum leap into the next reality. Like, it just makes you a literal different person. So again, you can get onto your new timeline and then just run from there. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you are a different person. You're in a different reality. This reality you're living in is not the same one you were however many years ago that was.
Yeah.
It's not. It's literally not. And you probably couldn't have even really imagined actually what it would be like to be in this reality. You may have had, like, desires and hopes and dreams, but you didn't really understand what it was going to be. You couldn't have, because it didn't exist in your little plane of existence. Like, it just didn't. And then now that you have it, hopefully it keeps happening again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
Which it will. It's inevitable.
Yeah. Wow.
I know, it's
Life.
cool. It is great. And I wish everybody kind of thought this way because things would just be easier.
Yeah.
Especially, honestly, at like work. Things would be easier.
Yeah, we just work with a lot of very young girls. So
Yeah, I have
think
this
it's just
conversation
very-
with them every single one of them all the time. You don't understand. You're not seeing the future yet. You couldn't possibly. These are all stepping stones. This is not the final result. You're freaking 22.
I
Like,
know.
you just need to be here now, go through these things, because if you don't, it's going to prolong the lesson you were supposed to learn. So let's just learn it now, and then you can move on. It's literally, life is a video game. That's why, like, anytime this situation I had with a friend that was so frustrating, I was just saying to him, like, what is the lesson? I want to learn the lesson.
Yeah.
Because I want to move on from this.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad it's happening. I mean, yeah, I am mad it's happening. But not like, woe is me, this is so hard. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like that. It's like, I just want to learn whatever I'm supposed to be learning right now so I can move on from this.
Right.
And be done with this lesson. Like, this lesson is frustrating. I still don't even really know what the lesson is. Hopefully.
I mean,
I
maybe
accomplished
you won't
it.
know until, like...
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, but I want it to be freaking over because I know that's how trials work. It's a lesson. You have to learn it. If you don't learn it, it's going to keep coming back. It's the same reason people date the same type of person over and over and over. You didn't learn your lesson, so now here's a lesson again. You're going to keep taking the test until you pass, which is something I'm, like, literally so blessed. I'm like, every single man I've dated is so wildly different. Different personality, different career, different emotional bandwidth, different way that they treat me, different way, all that stuff. So I'm like, at least I'm not reliving the same situation.
Right.
I have friends who, literally, 3 boyfriends, they're all drug addicts. They're all alcoholics. They all have the same behaviors. I'm like, pick something different. You clearly didn't learn. You know?
Yeah.
And then I almost respect it more when I have friends who date and it's different every single time. And then they still end up breaking up. But I'm like, that's good. You needed that. You needed to learn whatever you were supposed to get from that relationship.
Yeah.
And then let's move on. I'm big into let's do it, move on. Do it, move
Yeah.
on. I'm like,
Yeah.
do it, be done. Do it, be done.
I feel like I'm learning that now. I'm like, if something's not working, I need to switch it up.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know how. It doesn't really, you usually don't know how, but it's like, it just has to change.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So you can learn your lesson and then
Yeah.
move
That's
to
all
the next
life's
one.
about. It's just a bunch of trials, a bunch of lessons.
Yeah, I like almost freaked out today. I was watching Euphoria. The new season's so good. I'm sure you don't know what that is.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but I truly...
It's so good. But I was sitting there and I was like, I'm 27. Let's say I have 100 years. I don't have that many years left. And then once those years are done, they're done. You're done. I'm like, I was like, am I being intentional enough with my time? Am I spending my time with the right people? Am I making the right decisions? I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, no. And then I stopped myself. I was like, I'm having fun. I'm eating my beef and rice and cheese on my luxurious couch with my little piggy, watching my favorite show. This is not a waste of time because I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is so fun. And then because I was thinking like, I should be working. I should be figuring out my future. How can I make more money? How can I make more money? How can I do this? And then I was like, wait, this is part of life, is enjoying it. So shut the hell up and enjoy it. Because this moment, you're never going to get it back again.
I know, I always tell people, like, stress is more dangerous than anything. And so...
Make sure we're recording.
How much time?
48.
Okay. Stress is more dangerous than anything.
Yeah.
Like, people need to... Stress and fear. Like, you cannot... Because people get so wrapped up in everything, which I'm guilty of this. I've gone down a million different rabbit holes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, or I need to not do this, and like, all the things. But that stressed me out more, and was probably so much worse for my health than eating the freaking cookie or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, get it together, Taylor. You have to have fun. You have to like live life. Be
Life
happy.
is for living.
Yeah, and also happiness and laughing. They say it's medicine, which it truly is.
It is.
Give me some like serotonin, dopamine, whatever, all the good hormones.
No, totally. And then it's like, okay, everything actually is fine. It's just when you want a lot out of life, it's a burden.
I think sometimes though, I feel like things should come. Yes, you have to put hard work into things, But if it's in alignment, it should come pretty naturally and pretty easily.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to be completely exhausted all the time.
No.
Yes, I get like the hustle mentality, but I don't think that always works.
No.
Especially for women, I feel like it's not.
There's certain scenarios in which do it, get it done, but I think you're right. I think things should flow, and I think that there's a type of hard work. Well, hard work can be so many different things. Like, okay, when I did my Pilates education, that was really hard, but it was so invigorating, exciting, challenging, made me a better person in every way. So then it was like, that was really good, and that felt really good. What wouldn't have been good is me going to CrossFit 7 days a week. That's also hard. Would have made me feel depleted, exhausted, terrible.
Yeah.
So it's different. You should do things that are hard because it's rewarding and you want to grow, but you shouldn't be slaving exhausted.
Yeah, I agree.
Like when you're at work and something is a challenge, but it's exciting and it was fun, that's still hard work, but it should feel that way. It should feel like exciting and fun.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to force things, though.
No.
I think that's a huge thing. People force businesses, they force relationships, they force jobs, they force everything. And it's like, I think that's why we have a problem.
That's why we have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
That's why we have so many problems. Even just at work, the person who really needed to leave should have left before it became a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's back to the signs. You're getting the signs. The quicker you listen, take the sign, and move on, the less painful it'll be. So imagine you're living in complete alignment. Every sign, every opportunity, everything that's in alignment for you, you accepted and you turned away everything that wasn't. You would never really have anything hard.
Mm-hmm.
It would all the challenges again would be positive and invigorating.
Yeah.
Working out is a challenge. I love it.
Agreed, yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna die when I'm working out sometimes, but I love it. I'm not for 1 second am I like, I wish I wasn't here. I love it.
Yeah. I completely agree. I feel like, I don't know why, but when I think about how life should feel when you're like living, it's kind of like living in flow state.
Yeah.
You should truly feel like you're like floating through life.
Yes.
Every morning, every day.
Yeah.
I get excited to wake up for the day.
Same.
So excited.
Even on days I don't want to go to work.
Right.
I still am like, I get to wake up, I'm next to my pig, I have my cute clothes I get to choose from, I get to go in my cute little apartment and go walk by the beach and then take my workout class, and then I go to work and I get to help people, and then I come home and I'm so excited to eat my dinner. I'm so excited to watch my show, and I'm so excited to read my book, and I'm so excited to cuddle with my pig. Like, it feels like that every day.
If people aren't having that, they need to fix that. You need to fix your life. If you are not, you're not happy. Like, you need to truly, you create a life that you love, then every single day, like, it's same with like work. Of course, not everyone loves to go to work, but it's like, if you have a good mentality, if you get to do exciting things before, you get to do exciting things after, and also like make the best of work.
Yeah.
Bring your passion, bring your like purpose to work.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna enjoy it. What would you tell people, to wrap it up, what would you tell people if they are feeling exactly the opposite of what we just described? What are 2 or 3 things they can do today, right now, before they go to bed on Sunday night to change that and start their trajectory?
I am big on creating habits. I think you start like one little thing and build on the habits. So like, have an exciting nighttime routine. Like, I do skincare. I will also cleaning up your space.
Yes, I agree.
Make sure your space is clean. Give your body what it needs. And then when I'm getting ready for bed, I do my skincare. I have a castor oil pack. I'll do my red light. I'll journal, read, and also going to bed at a good time, waking up at a good time. Like, getting your body healthy will truly change so much. And then having a clean space and cute space.
Yeah. So I think, like, if we were going to narrow that down and simplify it, it'd be like, let's say they can't do any of that stuff. Like, they don't have red light and castor oil and all the things. Mm-hmm. They can literally just go to bed early, drink some water, eat something nutrient dense, and maybe go to Target and buy yourself a candle to make your space feel cute.
Yeah.
Easy. $5.
Yeah.
I would say I love all those things. I would say all of that. I would say do one thing you've been putting off that you don't want to do. Do it now, and it's going to open up the door for abundance.
Mm-hmm.
When you do the things that you have been putting off, you are going to attract abundance into your life. That's literally just how energy and magnetism works. Do one thing you haven't been wanting to do. Whether that's sending an email, making a phone call, sending a text message, like whatever it is that you've been putting off. Maybe you've been putting off doing your dishes. Do that one thing and take your rest of it.
Yeah, you'll feel accomplished. And then, just keep doing that every single day.
Yeah, and then just add one more thing the next day. And then eventually you're going to build the life you want. It will spiral, but in a good way. Mm-hmm. It's like a snowball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like that's great.
Yeah.
I feel like we just changed everybody's lives.
As we should. Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.